We were
leaders
called
of
the Mortgage
organization.
Mafia, by the way. They divided the company into 6 regions, and Vince, Joey, Matt Rowan, Tom Mills, and myself competed for the year. We each took 7 or 8 branches, and then and it took me till December to pull into first place. I was in 4th place
How
through
was that
summer.
experience? Let's say that you ended up saying, all right, I'm putting my balls on the table, as you like to say. I'm getting in with the guys.
Yeah.
They called me out.
Yeah.
And you're like 7 months or 6 months in, and you're in 4th place. What is going through your mind, and how did you pull it through first?
Immediately, I didn't panic. I didn't panic because it was a year long. I looked at the metrics. It was a 4-part efficiency contest based on average funded units per LO, some different ways of measuring sales performance, percentage of improvement, and other efficiencies. And I knew that we were going to need to hone those skills, and some of those were long drive metrics, meaning it was if you were going to steer a boat and you totally spin the wheel in the boat, but it takes how many kilometers to turn the boat actually around. That's the way it is in sales. I know which levers, I know which metrics. If Joe P turned around, if anybody turned around and said, you need to change this, so just so you know, my job description for Annie Mac is
a scientist?
Yes, scientist. Is to control the funded units per LO. I am the person that's in charge of that number. So I'm the lever on the boat.
So in the sense that you look at it as this boat that's getting to its destination,
Mm-hmm.
certain things need to occur,
Mm-hmm.
like doing a sailboat.
Yeah.
I know
there were a lot of meetings happening. So I had 7 guys working for me, branch managers, made up of 7 of the biggest dudes you've ever seen in your life. I look like physically large men. Legit, I had the biggest guys in the company. Oh, we have a picture that's hilarious. But they named themselves the Mortgage Mafia, and every team had a name.
I was thinking togas, but mafia suits. No. Okay.
By September, so our annual summit is in October, and I told Joe P. by the time we got to summit.
So that's coming up.
Yeah. Okay. So it was that year. It was 2016. I said yes, it's coming in October. That I would be in either first or second place by the time we got to summit, and I was in second place going to summit.
Okay, so you were behind the 8 ball, 4th place.
Yeah.
But however, you had knowledge that it's a long-term play based on all these, and your experience is giving you that.
Yeah.
Your mind is good at that.
Yeah.
So when you showed up in October, did you show your cards I'm gonna win, or did you keep it secret?
No, but we showed up like we meant business. Every single
an intimidation.
So if you understand that every single branch manager had 8 to 10 loan officers on their team, we legit showed up wearing our colors. We had Mortgage Mafia gear.
That's a culture matters thing.
We wore pins and swag and T-shirts for intimidation, and we didn't let anyone else know we were going to show up that way. So everybody sitting in the audience, you knew who a Mortgage Mafia person was amongst the 400 or 500 people.
Where did that come up? Where did that come? So I mean, that's one of the 50 pieces of the culture puzzle. Something that I teach now. Mm-hmm. However, you're doing where the heck did
because
that
you want to show teamwork. Teamwork, I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do it for my competition. I wanted to do it for my team. I wanted the rest of the team to know we're here because they were all working in 7 different locations.
Was it sports growing up in uniforms that made you think?
Sports minded. That's my.
Was it sports minded that made you think? Let me put the pin on.
Yeah.
Let me, for that team that you had.
I think so. I think sales is very much a sport.
Yeah.
It follows the lines of sports, and I've done a number of underdog stories. Now, in fact, a lot of my biographies that are written by magazines say not afraid to, or has a penchant for making wins out of underdog teams. And that's been written about me, not because of me.
I'm going to be honest. You are who you are. You tell your truth. You're consistent. You lead from the front. And you bring people together.
Right.
And you also do that through uniform and symbolism and the communication, the consistency. You call everybody and you listen to them. You actually
why? Because those wins are their student council president stories.
Interesting.
When we won as the Mortgage Mafia, you should have seen these 7 branches celebrate. And they had done it behind me. They loved that they did it behind me. You know, I always wondered early on when I first got my first female glass ceiling break, like what, I laid in bed that night, I can tell you, I was awake till like 4 in the morning. And I laid there thinking, what would I feel like if I had a woman fronting me as a salesperson? You know, like I legit wanted to understand, like, well, did that suck? You know, did it suck to have a chick, you know? And so I knew, and most of the time when I talk, people get it right away. Because I have I compare myself, my style, to being like an NBA female basketball coach. That's my closest I can give you. I am a run down the court with the whistle around my neck type of girl. I am a yell out the call, stomp my feet, clap my hands, like come on, like I'm in the trenches with them. And when they're shooting, and they can feel me, they can feel what I'm saying. Like when they're making the baskets, I can feel that. We're gonna celebrate that. We're gonna high five. We're gonna win. You know, and if we lose, it's okay. We're gonna circle back. We're gonna look at what we're doing. And I'm going to be there for them too. You know, there's a lot of leaders that don't get that. There's a lot of leaders that when you're losing, they're on your ass, they're micromanaging,
so
they're
when you're
coming
losing,
down.
what do? You do
I
what?
dig in harder with the support, because when you're losing or a business plan is failing, it isn't what is wrong, it is where is the opportunity.